Test. Test. Okay, mic is working. Hello, and welcome to FaniBear's Diner's night shift job. I'm recording this message for you to get you all settled into it, as there's some pretty important stuff you'll need to know if you want to work here as long as I have. I'm actually finishing up my 4th week right now, of which I've been told is record-breaking according to management. Management also doesn't really like me though. I have a feeling they like it more when they have an open night guard position for like tax reasons or something, and me working for so long is bothering them. I'd have left sooner if the pay here wasn't surprisingly good for night guard duty. Well, that, and another reason I'll get into in a minute. Miriam's nice though, if a tad odd and eerie. I'm assuming you met her? Oh right, this is a one-sided conversation. I'm assuming you've at least been briefed about what your job entails. Watch the cameras for unwanted activity, and protect and don't mess around with the robo-babes that they call animatronics. And I know that you know what they actually mean by mess around if you've actually seen what these animatronic characters look like. They're very, sexed up compared to how they were in the previous establishments. There are both obvious maintenance-based reasons and moral philosophies as to why you shouldn't screw around with those things, but there's an even bigger reason as to why you shouldn't. Apparently, they actually really reciprocate to that kind of activity. A bit too well even, to the point that not only are they very insistent about it, the act itself allegedly becomes so intense that there's a high chance of actual death in the participant. There's also a decent chance that these robo-babes might try to, well, it's probably best to be blunt here. The animatronics are gonna try to break into your office to fuck you, whether you want them to or not. I've asked, and apparently each unit has some kind of flirt routine in their programming that they do with patrons. This routine malfunctions when their selection pool is incredibly narrow. Selection pool means the amount of people to interact with, and well, you're the only person here. I don't know how flirting can remanifest itself as uncontrollable lust that ignores all previous internal safeguards, but I never made a singing and dancing robo-babe, so what do I know? Now, I realize that what I just described may or may not be terrifying, depending on how much you value your life versus how much you value robo-babe sex, but don't let this all drive you into a panic. Avoiding these robo-babes is actually fairly easy, especially on the first night. You got 2 doors on either side of you, and they're necessary in keeping these babes out of your office. I only recommend using them when needed though, as these doors take up a lot of power. Why that even matters is because the generator room has this arbitrary cut-off limit that shuts off the power if too much is used up, and the last thing you need here is the power going out. Due to this, you're gonna need to go turn on your tablet screen to use the cameras to keep an eye on them, as the tablet uses significantly less power. Camera 11 has a blind spot near your right door, so you're going to need to use your door light there to see if they've shown up. You can see who's in your left door with camera 9, so that should be easier to manage. There's more that I should probably tell you, especially regarding that big sound signal button, but that's not relevant until the night after this one, and I don't want to distract you. Now remember, keep an eye on the cameras, check the doors with your lights, close the doors whenever one of the robo-babes approaches your door, and watch your power consumption. I'll record another message tomorrow for you to hear. Good night. Okay, it's working. Assuming you came back for the second night, good to see you. Well, I'm not actually seeing you, 'cause I'm not here. This being a recording and all that. Speaking of seeing though, you should probably be checking your cameras right now. The animatronics only start late on the first night of the week, but they start moving immediately for all the others. Just multitask while I explain things to you, much like how I am right now. For that very reason though, I'm going to have to keep things much briefer. Last night, I mentioned the sound signals. They're pivotal in managing Chimes the puppet, as she moves around a lot. Play a sound signal in a room, and Chimes will focus on going there instead of, well, wherever her mind usually takes her. Oh, and if you don't know which one is Chimes, she's the very tall pale demon lady. She's hard to miss. Honestly, I don't even know what that thing's job at the arcade even is, aside from being eye candy anyway. I did hear that she once bent down and got some lad's head stuck between her massive ass cheeks. This incident led to some people intentionally trying to position themselves in order to... Wait, I'm rambling. Anyway, the few places Chimes won't enter are the generator room, the stage, and the manager's office. In fact, none of the animatronics ever seem to enter that office. Kinda weird honestly. Maybe it's hard-coded out of their pathfinding or something. I'll have to ask Miriam. Miriam certainly knows her stuff regarding the robo-babes here, even if they do still tend to malfunction. Earlier, she had to take out the one in the shop near the entrance for repairs. To know when that one's coming back, which is a shame. She had a nice rack. Shit, where did Chimes go? I'll continue talking to you tomorrow. Hopefully, you'll hear back from me then.